Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura and this is Small Stuff Big Family. Today's Q&A video is a tag video that was created by my friend Francis Cantu, and she asked Toni from the McKinney Life and myself to do this tag along with her. Of course we said yes. I just love her so much. Be sure to go check out her channel and give her some love down below. She's another small YouTuber like myself. So thank you, Francis, for inviting me to do this video with you. I've got 10 questions that I'm going to answer for you. Let's get right on into it. The first question is, how many kids do you have? We have a total of 5 children. 3 of those I gave birth to, and then 2 of them are my stepdaughter. So we have my 13-year-old Joey. We have my 8-year-old stepdaughter as the next oldest, Michaela, and then my almost 8-year-old son, Benjamin, and then we have Paisley, who is my 5-year-old stepdaughter, and my almost 4-year-old daughter, Lexi. The second question is, did you like or dislike being pregnant? I pretty much hated being pregnant with all 3 pregnancies for very different reasons. I would say my easiest pregnancy, I think my easiest pregnancy was actually probably my 3rd one. I don't know if it's just that you get a little more experienced over time. I think my first pregnancy, I was pretty young and, nervous and scared, and I was very emotional, like pretty much the whole time. And then with my second son, I ended up having gestational diabetes. So that was kind of a rough pregnancy. Didn't really enjoy that one much. My 3rd pregnancy was probably the most chill and relaxing, but I was a single mom, so I knew that I was going to be doing that completely on my own. Luckily, I had a lot of help from my mom and my best friend Caitlin with her, so that made the pregnancy a little bit easier. It was hard to do it alone, but I think that all 3 of them were pretty sucky. They were emotional and moody and uncomfortable. I just really am not somebody that enjoys being pregnant. The third question is, what type of mom are you? I'm pretty lenient with all 5 of them, to be honest. I don't think I'm 100% a pushover. My husband might feel differently though. I don't know. It would be nice to have him on here and ask his opinion, but I think he's the type of dad that's like doesn't like messes. Like, he hates making slime. He hates when they like help with doing the dishes because it just ends up making a mess with water over the floor, whereas I'm the type of mom that's like, if they're having fun and it's not hurting anything or anybody, then let them go, let them be kids and do it. I don't care if they make a mess as long as they clean it up. That's the type of mom that I am. I like to have fun with them. I like to do different activities with them. The thing that I'm probably most particular about with a mom is like them taking care of their stuff. It really irritates me when they don't take care of their rooms, when they leave stuff laying over the house. I'm a little more lenient on them with their bedrooms than I am with like their stuff in the rest of the house. That's just me as a person because I don't like clutter. I'm not super strict with bedtimes or anything like that, especially with my oldest son. Like, I'll be honest, I give him pretty much free reign to go to bed whenever he wants, but I always let him know, like, these are the things that we have going on tomorrow. These are the times that you're going to be expected to be up and doing these things. And then that way he can hopefully make a good decision about when he should go to bed. I think the older that my kids get, the more lenient I am with them. So I'm pretty lenient with my 13-year-old. I let him make a lot of his own choices. Sometimes he'll make mistakes and there's usually just natural consequences for that. So I don't typically feel like I have to discipline him a whole lot. He's a really good kid. So it may be different as my other kids get older. I'll just have to see how they are. I may have to be a little more strict with them, but so far so good. Fingers crossed. Question number 4 is, do you have any regrets? And yes, I have many regrets. I think there are a lot of things that going back, I wish I would have done differently, different choices that I made, different situations that I put myself into. I don't really want to go into a lot of details, but I will say that there are things that I wish I would have done differently, and I hope that my kids make better choices in some areas of their lives than I did. There are things that I think would have been a lot better for myself and for my kids if I had made some different choices in the past. But at the same time, I'm really happy with the way that my life is now. So going back and changing things means that I might not have the life that I have right here and now. If it were possible, obviously, to have all of our kids be exactly the same way that they are, but have been a biological product of my current husband and I think that would be the most ideal situation, because it's never easy being part of a blended family and having to co-parent and dealing with, you know, ex-husbands and ex-wives and all of that stuff. But if it means that it would change any of the kids for exactly the way that they are, which it would, then I think that there's a reason that my husband and I both went through the situations that we did. And so, I don't know, it's hard. I do have some regrets. I think there are things that I could have done a lot differently that would have made my life and my kids' lives a lot easier, but at the same time, I wouldn't end up exactly where I am at now, which is a great place to be. So, I don't know, that's a tough one to answer. That's the best you're gonna get. The next question is, what is the hardest part about being a mom? And I would say for me, that is the worry, like the constant worrying that I'm making a bad choice, that my kids aren't gonna be successful, that my kids aren't gonna be happy, that I'm doing something wrong, that they're gonna do something wrong, that a situation is not gonna be safe for them, that something could possibly maybe someday go wrong. You get the picture. I just think that it is my natural instinct to worry, especially about my kids and especially about my role as a parent and am I making the right choices. So for me, I think that's what the hardest part of being a mom is, just all of the constant worrying. The next question is, what surprised you the most about being a mom? And I think that is how resilient kids are and how resilient they can be. My 13-year-old has been through more changes in his lifetime than any kid probably should have to go through, and yet he has been resilient through it all. It doesn't mean that it's come easy to him. He has definitely had his share of tears and emotions that he has had to deal with and work through. But at the end of the day, he is a happy kid. He is super successful. I am so proud of him. And I feel like I'm going to get emotional. But yeah, I think the resilience that kids have, I think that is the thing that surprised me the most. And oh my God, why? Whew, I'm not a crier, but my son Ben, he has a disease called cystic fibrosis, and that has done a toll on him, and he has to go through a lot. Just, you know, the daily things like taking pills and doing his treatments and the things that keep him healthy for that, going to the doctor and getting lab work done every 3 months. It has not been easy for him, and I know that, oh my God. Whew. And I know that sometimes he just wishes he was normal. He's told me that before. But at the same time, he is handling it as good as anybody could. And yeah, just being able to see how resilient kids are in the hardest of circumstances, that has been probably the most surprising thing to me as a mom. Knowing that they don't need me to just carry them. I don't have to carry them through or baby them through every situation, because they can be strong. Kids are capable of being really strong and resilient, and that probably surprised me the most. And it was a good surprise. So I am super proud of all my kids. All of them have some level of that. My stepdaughters included. They have strength and resilience, and I love them all dearly for that. The next question is, what is your favorite stage of childhood? Is that infant, toddler, the preschool age, elementary, teenage? What's your favorite stage of childhood? For me, I absolutely love every single age. Honestly, I think that there is something so fun and usually hilarious and refreshing at the same time. I will say, even though we are not having any more babies, if I had to, if you absolutely, had to have me choose one stage of childhood that I liked the most, it would probably be infancy, just because I was an infant teacher for years before I do the job that I do now. I absolutely loved the babies. I think someday whenever I retire, I want to get like just a part-time job helping out in a baby room or a crisis nursery or somewhere where I can just help hold and take care of babies all day long. They are so, so precious and innocent at that age, and I just love them. Question number 8 is, what qualities of yours do your children have, negative or positive? I think all 3 of my kids, and maybe even possibly now my stepdaughters, have picked up some of my like angry, temper tantrum-y personalities. I'm the type of person that like I will let things go until I just reach the boiling point and then go off. And I'm pretty sure I've passed that trait along to all of my kids, including my stepdaughters at this point. So that's definitely a negative trait that I need to work on more so that my kids can work on it better. But I also think that like my 8-year-old son is very organized. He likes to have his things neat. He likes to write like I do. He's very creative. I think that he got that from me. My husband will tell you that my 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old daughter, Lexi, she's almost like a clone of me. She is very independent and silly. I think I was always a smart kid, always a good student, and so far both of my boys that are in school are that way as well. There's lots of positive things. Definitely the temper, I think, is the most negative thing that they've picked up from me. Question number 9 is, what is a perfect day with your kids? I think for me, the perfect day would be one where we can go do something fun and new together, preferably something outdoors, something that everybody enjoys, a day where they're all listening and eating well without having to be nagged about it, just days where we're all getting along. Definitely not every day looks like that. I will say that there are parts of our days every day where those things happen, but it would be nice to be able to have a full day of everybody getting along, nobody arguing, everybody listening to what they're told the first time around. But with a mix of personalities that you get when you have 5 kids in one household, that doesn't always happen. Question number 10 is, what advice would you give a first-time mom? I think for me, the biggest thing is let your kids be themselves. Let their personalities develop exactly as they are. Just figuring out the key values that you want, but not to try to expect them to be any particular type of person or any particular type of personality. Because I can tell you that the 3 kids that I birthed on my own, and then my 2 stepdaughters included, none of their personalities are exactly the same. None of them match mine. None of them match my husband's or my ex-husband's or my husband's ex-wife. So I think that's the most important thing to remember, is just to let their own little personalities shine and develop and be exactly who they were born to be. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again, Francis, for having me do this along with you. I enjoyed it too. Did not expect to get emotional, but here we are. I am going to tag a couple people to do this. I'm going to tag my YouTuber friend, Tara Ruth. She does minimalism videos, and she recently moved into a brand new home, so she's got a lot of awesome videos out there, but she's a mom of 2, and I would love to hear her answers to these questions as well. And I'm going to tag another YouTuber mom. Her name is Audrey. Her YouTube channel is Oddly Life, and I will tag that down below as well. So I hope that you guys will do this video with us. Be sure to like this video if you guys enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up for me. That helps channels like mine to keep on growing. Subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my content. I hope that you guys enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. I will see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.